What is up, guys? We are back here this time for the breakdown of the Super Bowl. Obviously, I wish I was in better spirits for this, but not going to lie, guys, this has been gut wrenching for me all week. It is the worst loss I have ever experienced as a Philadelphia sports fan in my lifetime. And you could just tell the mood in Philly for the whole week. It's just everybody's been down. Just like we had the game, we were up by 10 points at halftime and we lost. And that's all you can really say. Like, yeah, the field wasn't great. There may have been some bad calls, but they lost. They lost to one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and they lost to one of the best coaches of all time. But let's get into it. Let's get into the first drive. They got the ball at 25 after a touchback. First play is a run by Miles Sanders. It was supposed to be just a little bit off to the right, but he bounces it to the outside, which is stuff that Miles Sanders used to do in previous years, and that's why he was never the running back that he was this year. And it almost felt like Miles Sanders regressed in this game to what he used to be. Yeah, there wasn't a ton of running lanes for him at all, but he gets popped, fumbles the ball in the first play, out of bounds. Then he lost a yard. Then second play, little short pass to Devontae Smith for 6 yards. And then a 12-yard pass to Devontae Smith again. Devontae Smith was eaten on this first drive. Then you get a second 10 run by Jalen Hurts for 11 yards. 13-yard pass to Dallas Goedert. Another pass to Devontae Smith. Boston Scott with a nice run for 9 yards. And then you get Kenneth Gainwell scores the touchdown, but it wasn't a touchdown. And I believe they just sneaked it in there for a touchdown at that point. And they were up. They were up 7. Great first drive for that. It was a great first drive. And you felt, and we all felt good after that first drive. We thought after that first drive, this was going to be a good game. Then second drive happened. I mean, Mahomes was just throwing down the field. You had what was it? Was there any big plays on this drive? There was a pass to Travis Kelce for 20 yards. Pacheco had a run to the left for 24 yards. And then Mahomes to Kelce for 18 yards and a touchdown. Then we had the Eagles with a quick 3-and-out after that, which was not great at all. What was it? A penalty on this thing? I'm just going through trying to remember everything. Incomplete pass, bad run. Yeah, I mean, offensive pass. Yeah, there's a penalty. Offensive pass interference by Pascal, and they didn't score there. And then they gave up a big drive to the Chiefs that wound up being a missed field goal off the left off right. It's what it is. I mean, you could tell that it was going to be tough to stop Mahomes, and they got lucky that they got him there. Then they scored a touchdown on the next drive. Great throw from Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown. Just a dot, 55 yards in the air. A.J. Brown makes a great catch on it. And at this point, you're feeling good. They're up 14-7. They force a punt. They force a 3-and-out by the Chiefs. And then you had the backbreaker. You have the Eagles are driving down the field. And Jalen Hurts mishandles the ball, fumbles it. Chiefs pick it up and return it for a touchdown. And that hurt. But then Jalen Hurts, right back after that, goes down. They score a touchdown. This was a Jalen Hurts QB sneak. Got in there. Or no, it was a QB draw. He got in there. Touchdown. Forced a punt by the Chiefs. Score a field goal right before the half. And they come out and after halftime, and the defense is completely different. The defense is completely different after that. They go out and just give up anything at will. Patrick Mahomes could do whatever he wants. Patrick Mahomes could do whatever he wanted in the second half. First one, they had a Pacheco run at the goal line for a touchdown. This may have been what wound up killing them, is only getting a field goal on this next drive. They had a delay game penalty that really hurt them. There was a couple incomplete passes, a sack that wasn't really a sack, it was a run out of bounds. They kicked the field goal. It was a 33-yard field goal. They were up 27-21 at that point, give up a touchdown to Patrick Mahomes again, and then the next series they punt it from the 33-yard line. A lot of people said, "Oh, it was 4th and 3, you should go for it." I don't agree with that. They get a huge punt return, score a touchdown, 35-27. But then Jalen Hurts has a tremendous drive to get them back and tie the football game. Great drive. But they gave up a 12-play, 66-yard drive to end the game, 5 minutes off the clock. And it was over after that. They looked like it had them stopped, but it was a hold by Bradbury, and the game was over. Obviously, there's a lot of fingers that you could point in this game, but what I just see is they got outcoached. They got outcoached on the defensive side of the game. And that's when you go up against Andy Reid, that's what happens. Andy Reid's been doing this for a long time. He's one of the best coaches of all time. So, yeah, it's a gut-wrenching loss. It really is. But there's nothing to really hang your hat on for this season. Like, they had a tremendous season. It's a little worrisome now that you're losing your defensive coordinator, your offensive coordinator. We'll see what this defense looks like now. But it's gonna be a different team next year. It really will. It's gonna look like a different team. It's gonna feel like a different team. They had a tremendous year right now. This was a prime opportunity. That's what more hurts than anything is this team was so good this year. If they can continue to do this next year, they should be back in the Super Bowl again. But it's not easier said than done. They just don't you don't go back often. It's not easy. I mean, you saw what the Rams did last year after winning the Super Bowl. You saw what we did in 2017 after winning the Super Bowl. I mean, we went back to the playoffs, but we didn't make it back until this year, and that was shocking because they had a different coach, had a different quarterback. It's rare that happens. I feel like the defense is really what lost this game. It's just what happened was the Eagles made 2 big mistakes. Chiefs only made 1. The Chiefs' big mistake was the missed field goal. And the Eagles' big mistakes were the fumble that got returned for a touchdown and the punt that was almost a touchdown. And that's really what wound up winning the game for the Chiefs. The Eagles just blew it. It's a rough way to lose a football game, but that's just how it is. So yeah, I think they're still good enough to make it back to the Super Bowl, but it's not easy. Last play of the game, we all know what that was. Just an incomplete pass. He tried to throw to the end zone, trips on Jason Kelce, and just doesn't get a lot on the ball. He wasn't going to throw the ball 70 yards down the field anyway, but it sucked. Jalen Hurts did everything he could to keep this team in the Super Bowl. Defense didn't do it. And it sucked because the defense was what kept them in so many games this year. They only gave up 14 points in the playoffs to this point, and then just a complete collapse. But that's what happens when you play Patrick Mahomes, you know? Patrick Mahomes is that good. The defense blew it. So thank you everybody that came into the YouTube. Just want to do a couple thoughts on this Super Bowl. I'm going to be doing some mock drafts soon. Some stay or goes. See who we want to keep that are free agents, who we want to let go. Obviously, we can't sign everybody. There's just too many. And they got to give Jalen Hurts a contract as well. So quick little 10-minute video here. Thank you guys, everybody tuned in today. Like, subscribe, everything as always. Thank you guys.